No, she's having that.
All right, well, let's get this started. Call the meeting to order. Start off going around the horn, introduce ourselves. I'm Kyle Farr. I am with Gannon Associates Insurance and Mountain Entertainment, and I am the marketing officer.
Sarah Bramble, I'm Vice President of Shoe Creation Company. And I work at Creation Sales. I'm Linda. I own Fox Guitars, and I'm Linda Fox, which is the best contemporary portrait studio in the Valley. You know that.
And I'm Becky Williams from Spalding Memorial Library and the best library in the county.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Making it rain. Send it like that my way. Yeah. Thanks, Sarah.
Welcome. All right. It's actually asking to be the first time, but does anybody have any edits or anything like that? I may not have, I probably didn't print off. Yeah, no, I didn't print off. I just did minutes or agenda for today. I sent the minutes in the.
Is Sarah online?
Sarah is not online. Recording it. I had asked her to figure that out. Thank you.
What about the minutes right now, or the?
Yeah, from February.
Motions there. And, on the second page there, it says each team brings a rep. Actually, each team provides a rep. A little different because they provide it with somebody that's there. They don't have to bring a separate guy to rep.
Okay.
Yes.
We have a motion to approve. Sure.
It's a combination of Sweet Charlene, but not. That whole second half.
I would like to get a business in on that.
Okay.
Sure. But we had
Yeah, we had discussed it.
But I had mentioned it. I think that's why that got confusing. So I threw that in there.
And say Sarah was on.
Yeah.
And I forgot to. Most of the time, like, we listen, I forgot to hit record.
No,
on the fly, so.
I remember throwing that in there.
Okay. Any other edits? Need a motion to approve?
Second.
First and second. Okay, treasurer's report.
All right. So we did have the mailbox. We had here
today, so that will be done. They're gonna file about it.
Who did we receive these from?
We received these from Plaque, Gannon, myself, just downstairs, Rochelle, or plus nonprofits that I have right now. Like I said, if you've got a check, I'm going to go check them today. I can actually, if you guys want, I'll email that list back out to everybody and let you know who it is. I'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, not trying to be behind.
Like, Jackson City, right?
I know, right? And then the council. Yeah. That's all I have on that part of the report. I do have questions, I didn't do this on Friday. We do sign up for the chambers, correct? I don't know if we've ever done that or not. I just have to-
You,
I think we did last year.
I don't think,
Okay, I wasn't sure it came, and I didn't remember doing it last year, but I didn't know if it came. I was just Henry. I'm sure.
Previously, but didn't. That might have been.
I was thinking that they didn't, that there was some sort of agreement that we,
Don't have to.
yeah, that we were both kind of mutually members and we just always agreed to do the banquet sponsorship. There was a sponsorship at banquet time, and we do that every time they ask. So I thought that was kind of a, I'm not sure.
Oh, yes,
Can you remind me that maybe we'll just
sure.
keep that on the side, because I just have papers for any of the officers, signed for our new account, that, or not new account, but for the account the officers. Mine. That's it, I apologize.
Good.
You know, I was like, wait, they're all separated, so make sure we got everything. Anybody have any questions about anything? Yes, be honest.
So, when you-
Yes.
Okay, and do we get something for the night?
Oh, okay. Yeah, remember, like, I fill those out and do that. How about I get a computer one right back to you and they do stamp them at work? So, fabulous. And then we'll get them back. You were such an idea.
Right. Communication, problem. Mailbox, problem.
Yeah, unfortunately. Everybody, I am feeling.
Alrighty, we move on to new business. We're gonna skip over the new general liability insurance plan. If we have time at the end, Amanda's gonna come in and plan and talk about the stuff we passed on. But just wanna make sure we get through everything before I go get her. The 2022 Athens Summer Concert Series lineup is out. We are looking for sponsorships. We have for pages here, they've got all the dates and fans there, as well as information. Fundraising committee, Rochelle, Sarah B, Sarah W. On you guys.
I have nothing.
My question was with the insurance.
As of now, we haven't made that decision. That was kind of what she was gonna run us down to the options. I feel major conflict of interest for me to be making any of these decisions with a man. So I I got the bare bones minimum that we need to be able to hold the volleyball tournament quickly, but then everything else I want to make sure it's a group, but.
Or, like, you know, but with that insurance that we're looking at, there was insurance online that says to be what we were looking at, so I didn't want to get into these and start really broaching them. Unless we had insurance coverage.
Right, we definitely don't want to take any money online until we get that.
Right, so I kind of posted my research and stuff like that. So, right, if we didn't want to have it, great, then we have all these options over to it.
Right, and that's basically what Amanda said too, is that don't accept any money online. She said there's basically one of the examples she gave was somebody could make a fake ABA page, ask people for money for tickets to an event that doesn't exist, and we could somehow be held responsible for that. Like, I don't understand how that, to me and my brain that says, I argue that in court all day, we didn't do anything. Like, that's not us, it's somebody copying us. But if at the end of the day, when they need money, they're gonna turn to whoever has it. And that's it, that would be if the individual person, they're gonna turn to the organization next. So she said our main cop out was that we don't take any money online at this point. If we took other sales and then there was the ability for that confusion, then you're almost a slam dunk. You're going to be held responsible. Since you guys don't take any money, you can probably argue it. Until we have that in place, no online money, Venmo, PayPal, anything like that. For sure. Yep.
If we say yes to all that, then.
Right. I want to say that coverage costs it was $3 and change a year.
Hell, I went back and forth on this one too. We were talking about, we're just like.
Yeah. Amanda will be able to answer a lot of those questions better than I will. But just for the fundraising.
So that's what
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But just to give everybody a rundown for band costs here. It was, I honestly don't remember if I took Ted's donation out of this number already or not, but we are able to pay $3,100 to pay all the others. And I will get you a list of fellow people who are paying amounts and all that stuff.
I'm sorry, can you say the number again, how much for the artist?
$3,100. And it might be $250 less that we're actually responsible for. Can't remember because Ted, that helped us with the 50/50 for the time offered to pay for Dean Gold and took them up on that. They're the band that's going to play the same day as the car show. So, and they said basically the same thing. I make a joke of when I'm doing mine. Like most of the work is hauling the stuff, setting up, tearing down, hauling it away. Playing is the fun part. We'll go 3 hours for the same price. So, start the show at 5:30 to 8:30 for the car show, stretch it out an extra hour. They were into that for the same price. So. Yeah.
How can you take a
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I'm Stephanie Urban from
Welcome.
Thanks. Hi, Rochelle.
All right, next item on the list here is the Battle of Bands and Cornhole Tournament prep. Where first hammer gets laid down. How did we get on getting Tanners to sign up? Committee. Can't even remember who that is right now. Half of which is in here. Irene.
So I really said that she was back down and
Right. And any you haven't had a chance to touch base with her?
said that she was gonna tackle that one.
Okay, so I'm just gonna put it out here. I don't have time to be doing this last second force into things. If Tanner's is not agreed already, Battle of Bands is off.
I think,
Done with it. Hold the plug.
okay.
That's if Tanner's isn't on board at this point, you're planning on having that in June. Bands are already booking for June. Like it's gonna be a nightmare. So if if that has been done, we'll check the mailbox. I'll check with Irene. I'm not saying 100%. If that was done and it started and Tanner's has been made aware of the situation and it'll be a nice easy process to get this thing rolling, I'm on board.
It's been marked out. I think that makes a lot of sense. Right here. Next year, and that's a really nice.
For sure. So maybe we can still pull off some of it. Cornhole tournament, half of it probably wouldn't take as much prep. You don't have people like bands that are making commitments all summer, and you don't like. There's a lot less that needs to do. So maybe we could still pull off that if on a shorter basis. But took me all month. I just got, and actually one of the bands, Don Streeter wasn't 100% confirmed, but like I just got these things 100% locked in this week. All month to get these, let alone trying to get a Battle of the Band situation started. So it'll just depend on if Tanner's has been brought in the loop or not. I'll skip the Facebook followers. That's the thing. I had an idea. If we have time to, we'll look back. But that's just an optional idea I had. But I want to make sure we hit the most important stuff first. Competitive fun volleyball tournament. Dave.
Right, as of now, Coleman.
I don't know why.
We have someone else who can contact him. If not, I've got somebody who might be able to. Andy Ryan was the women's coach, the girls coach. She might have an insight on them, but.
Well, I know Irene originally started with this, carrying this with Athens.
Yep.
And then she had her procedure. I had to get the insurance submitted, kind of find out most of it wasn't started. And that's where we went through the whole, our insurance doesn't actually cover that event. We got to get a new insurance plan. We got that, and that's where that all started from. So I assume since Irene at least had mentioned that she was going to be the one, she had the conversation with JB and they're on board. So I can get you in touch with Irene. Hopefully you might be able to push them a little bit better.
All right.
But I'll
Yeah.
send you both an email to. Yeah, I'm with you for sure. Sure.
But yeah, one of the biggest things is I need a waiver. For a waiver form.
Yeah, I did. I was able to find one, but I did look at that. Irene the loop on that. Ask her to, or ask all the officers. I put this out there. We have this. I need. Amanda told us that she wanted us to have it looked at by legal first to make sure. Basically, Gannon won't sign on that. Yes. So she wants like that now. Cover your butt. So we sent it over to Tanya, not a member, but when I was president was handing out applications, he had offered, I'm here to help with some things if you ever need, but I'm too busy to be like a full member, so, so she at least at that time had left it open to like, if you need help. Irene sent that to her, that she was out until today. Time was out until today. So we'll see, what comes back from that. But I will also, I'll send Irene UCC and get you guys chatting and figure.
When is your cutoff date is when you can start notifying, advertising, you need to have.
Oh, we've already done it.
Okay.
It's already done. We're already done.
We're down the road on that.
So we're still not 100%.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
right.
This is I was the one carrying that up until a couple weeks ago that this needs to get done. Here we are for weeks. It's like, are we gonna have to? We're already advertised it. I'm looking at
Wise to recognize that perhaps it is okay to go ahead and say we've had to postpone this until a different date. That's nicer wording than saying we've had to postpone, you know, and like how many responses have you guys gotten back to the volleyball thing?
We're 10 teams right now.
It's 10 teams.
Wow,
So
wow.
that's really good. So
Yeah.
hopefully we don't have to, but Kyle, if you're gonna have we can't afford that. And so I don't think insurance covers that either. And so. uh,
738. It's already been advertised.
I was gonna say, we're all gonna be texting.
all right, I was gonna say, you were very bold and putting that right on the flyer, so I was like, all right, that's what you want.
So we do have people, I've got to get a list of all.
Okay.
But I do have a number.
Okay.
Is most the same thing what we were talking about beforehand, and you know, trying to have you get a hold of these people at the high school and stuff, is that the most?
Yeah, I need to get in there and see, you know,
Okay.
do we in fact have 2 courts? Are we gonna have to set up the nets? Are they gonna set it up? So all those details that have to be, I'm doing that little extra fundraiser for serving competition. You know, so I need to know, can I put tape on your floors? Or,
I can get you gaff tape if nothing else. That stuff's made to like go on clean glass and come off nice.
Yeah.
Like they shouldn't have a problem with gaff. Yeah, we could do something like that.
who's on vacation? Craig.
Yeah, the superintendent. So all of the schools are also. Check your email.
Okay, well, I appreciate it.
Thank that.
Couple other things. Way it's shaken out, of the 10 teams, about 5 of them are actually high school girls travel teams. So we separate this into one court is just girls, and one court is other teams. Because we are getting a variety of fairly healthy, talented teams.
Maybe you could have one be like, how would you even word it, but like maybe do something where it's like more professional athletes and then more the like friendly. Right.
Right.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Maybe that's. Yeah, right.
Well, I don't want to offend the
They say you're
girls.
They say high school girls. They're on that team. They're on a travel team. They are
Yes,
good.
They are.
They are good. They are competitive. They're not gonna like put in all the fun. Right?
Yeah, they want the challenge.
Okay, that's-
One way to do it. Other team can't hit it. That's done a lot, where the men have to hit a 10-foot line. Good teams will still hit it pretty hard, but it's a lot less than being right on the net and pounding over a girl's block that's not there.
I would be offended if you called it the girls' team versus like, I think competitive versus fun, and then let them decide, because like Kyle said, if they're on a travel team, they are a competitive team. Like, you know, I would be like, I don't. Yeah, like.
Right, the only thing I can think of is to, like, if you wanted to try to separate, you almost have to call it like,
So,
the high school travel
Right,
teams,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
categorize it like that, and it's like, this for the travel teams, and this is where your fault,
So do the scouts count on this tournament for the travel?
No,
Okay,
it's not, there has to be what's called a sanctioned tournament.
okay, okay.
To the SBA or whatever. Right as of now, I've got 4 teams that are strictly high school girls teams. But I don't know, we'll just have to work it out, I guess. Austin's Excavating was the first one that called me, and they're basically guys that graduated 15 years ago and haven't played since. They just want to come and have some fun.
Right, it's fun, yeah.
But I don't know how I feel if they get, by the high school
Just have some oxygen on
girls.
yourself.
So,
right. Well, I'll hopefully I'll be gotten through trying to marketing officer role. So with more focus on that, I'll really push that a lot more on some and I'll make a special request to the radio stations about mention this to people. We can throw up enough things that we should.
5'12" is the maximum.
Okay.
Oh,
Really?
Okay.
That's pushing it on that.
Okay. So probably don't want to push that too hard.
And
Then.
which school are we doing it at?
Athens
Which of
That's
the
the
three?
question.
High School.
That, oh, that.
To my knowledge, granted, it's been gone since the first until the moment that got submitted and approved, JV disappeared. Up until then, I had a very open line of communication with him. The moment it got approved, before then, he made it seem it was a high school gym, sports team, no brainer, definitely gonna have. Potentially to add a third in the large new gym, figured it might be having side by side. I tried to get that out and get that information. Wasn't being very clear about it, but there might there's enough small gyms. Have 2 courts in that one. That seems pretty small.
I'm not honestly sure. I don't remember ever being in there.
Okay.
And Dave, would you be willing to go on the Choice 2 radio show to talk about it, like, as we're getting closer to it? Will you go in there?
Sure, that's
Okay,
fine, man.
Just. I guess what's the driving factor?
just to make them aware of it, whether they want to be part of it or can watch it, or,
Okay.
you know, because we're still going to be doing a fundraising thing at it.
Right. Okay. All right.
And yes, we have 10 teams already. We're only accepting 2 more, but if you want to be on our wait list for our next event, feel free
Okay.
to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I just was getting a lot of this.
And then we have.
We get like,
13
oh,
more
10 more
teams.
teams want to join. You can only take 2 of them. But yeah, that I like that angle. That was the other thing I wanted to, how
Is
many,
it all
like, what
something?
do you, like, yeah, what do you need? As,
If I take care of this volleyball, then. So we were talking about having food,
okay,
or, maybe having the trucks over. I could just take care of volleyball. Don't worry about that and just whatever else.
okay,
Does,
what do you see registration as? Is that a volleyball thing or are they gonna be like bringing in their form, are they already paying you and giving forms and stuff?
So they have,
Okay, are they, okay, so they would be doing it in advance then. Okay, I was thinking like, are they gonna be doing it the day of, so that we're gonna have to, like, if we're gonna need somebody at the table to be taking the people as they're coming in or whatever, but if they're playing ahead of time.
Let's not say that.
That's a nice way to call
This is recorded.
Okay. That's it. Yeah, well, I forget, yeah, the concession stand thing would be, I don't want to problem, just not being able to get in touch with JD. I did include the check mark of the concession stand on the form, and he said it was approved, so I assume we can have access to it, whether, I'm sure we have to stock it ourselves if we want. But we talked about that habit.
Right.
Orders and having somebody run. We're not selling it, we're just placing orders for you. They run it over, pay it, come back, here's your food. That way we're pushing it towards members.
I'll see this. Well, I think if we say orders have to be in by 11 and it will be between noon, delivery will be between noon and 1.
Or that would be fine.
Pick,
What about the spontaneous attendee who's coming and they didn't order anything, they walk in at 12 and they're here a few hours and they're hungry and they like to get something to drink, something to eat, but they hadn't ordered, what do you do about that person?
That concession, I think,
If they'll
I
let
mean, if they'll let us, I think we'll have a lot more answers
Right.
once,
There you
once
go.
you're able to go and
Get
get
a,
it.
get a couple cheap pizzas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
exactly.
think that'll,
Pizzas
I think
and-
that'll cover down.
If Monique would donate some mac and cheese. So,
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
it all sounds good, but we're not pounding on Kyle.
No.
Yeah,
I can call Monique and say, I don't know who is the manager. But I will talk to the food people.
what about other, prizes for station? You know, it's a tournament they have over the church, or like, Wendy's gift certificates, Applebee's, things like that. But if you want to go around the local folks and try to sign some of those.
I think that's a really good question. And did you have anything else there, Dave, concerning like stuff running for volleyball tournament? Because I feel like this last question runs into what I wanted to talk
Somebody was gonna get the ultimate prize.
about. Oh, yeah, so let's go talk about that. We can talk about getting stuff from other businesses.
All right. So one last thing for me. I'm going on to the knife on Friday.
Oh, no.
Oh,
My foot actually is broken, so
Oh,
I'm
nice.
gonna have to screw it together. Or next week, I'll be out of the picture pretty much.
So you'll be playing on the fun side for.
Won't be playing at all. Unfortunately. Yes, so I'm gonna try and get possible next week. After that, it should be fine.
I was gonna say, this is our.
yeah, yeah.
So that's. I just want to make sure there's prize at the end.
Where would you go about getting a prize?
The
How much
Golden
do you-
Volleyball.
How much do you want to spend on this? Like, do you know of a place that does this? Do we want to have someone make it in their garage and spray paint it? How real? Oh, no, but seriously, how
Well,
real
that's-
do we want this to be?
That's what, the one that my son got was, but
Was cute or was really good?
cute.
Cute, okay. And then should we have two? So if we have them divided, so we're gonna need 2 trophies, yes? Okay, so I can take over the trophies thing, but how do we want it to look, guys? 'Cause we can,
Use
I
your
can-
imagination.
I can take this if you just want me to take it, and I'll show up with something. We're okay with it? All
Yeah,
right.
with that.
I trust.
So
Oh,
you're talking about gift cards and stuff too, though. Is that just what the volleyball would be like shared to the team, and then each member gets a gift? Like, how would that go?
Maybe that's something for the second.
Okay.
No,
Right.
they just have like,
Okay,
I don't know, four or five.
Yeah.
You know, free whoppers
I
and
think
things like that.
Okay.
Just a little something extra.
Yeah, I could get those. How many of them would you need?
And it should be good.
Okay.
I'm sure somebody gets them.
And so I could at least get a few of those, like, coupon books. Different organizations will sell them for $25 for the year, and it's just all coupons. We order a handful of them from, I don't even remember who, somebody asked, and we stick them in our raffle basket when we make them. So I could get my hands on some of them to be.
Yeah.
Definitely get my hands on some of them.
Well, I think I've got all the paperwork. Basically, there'll be a bracket on the table or the score table. They'll just put the final score on there. It's not official, like marking off every point or anything. And the score is this team won this many games. Then there'll be a big, 2x3 over in the corner someplace. You can go over and look at that. Other than that, yeah, the only other thing I was concerned about was the, underage participants. So that liability has got to cover that also. I think that's it.
Linda?
Yes, okay, so I had a quick question first before I proceed with my thoughts and solutions. How have you guys done getting? Thanks, you're good, absolutely. How have you guys gotten items to raffle off in this? And you're asking? Okay, so here was a concern that I ran into as I strived to do this, was people don't want to give us free stuff from their business that costs them money so that we can then sell it to make us money. And I totally get that. So after I think the third person telling me that, I decided that perhaps this is not the way that I should go about doing this. And I thought what we could do instead, and this is obviously a risky thing, is we buy stuff from the businesses and then we sell it for more than we bought it for. I mean, ideally, that's what you want to do. My thought process behind this was that this would, one, help us to create more trust with these other businesses. That was the second thing that I ran into, was once I said that I was part of the Athens Business Association, there was a pretty immediate, kind of an immediate wall that came up. And I know that's not because of anybody here. I know that obviously everybody tries really hard, and it's been great getting to meet all of you guys. And some of them even said it was 5-6 years ago, or like a couple years ago when they tried to do this. And so I'm thinking that if we can go ahead, and that probably limits what we're going to be able to get, right? Because obviously we're paying for things and we do have a budget we have to stick to. So obviously less stuff to raffle off, but we are supporting other businesses
and this is the Athens Business Association. You know, we should be not just supporting the bands, not just be supporting the restaurants, but these businesses that we go to ask for things. And then two, that's gonna go ahead and raise our credibility with them. They're gonna see us coming in, they're gonna see Sarah coming in and spending $20, and then Sarah's gonna come in a couple months and say, hey, we have this meeting, we have this event going on. I know that you guys do this. Would you want to come and do it? We're gonna go ahead and build credibility if we do that. And so that was kind of my take. So if we're okay with doing that, if we're okay with spending funds, then I think that's gonna cover down on two big issues that we've run into. So I build that credibility, support those businesses, and I think people will be happy to see it. Versus they'll be like, there's that woman that wants free stuff again. So,
Yeah.
oh no.
Totally into it. Gannon will go.
Right, and I know that there are some businesses that will, like I'll happily go ahead and donate my.
Those of us that are in those businesses, know
Right.
those businesses.
Yes.
Just do what we can.
Yes, right, and we know who that is, and you know they're gonna kick back a little extra. They will kick back a little bit extra. That's right, that's exactly right. And so if we can just invest just a wee bit in the forefront, in this connection, and then, right, well, and then also whenever we're trying to get more members, you can put that as a tagline there. We spend money. We spend more money with our members. We want to spend our money with you. We do these events and raise this money because it's gonna go back to you. I think.
What does Gannon, what do they donate? I mean, like, our company provides services.
Yeah, that's what we
don't
do. We
have
have
flowers.
these, get these beverage buckets. Everything's branded Gannon. Almost everything in this thing we have. But we get these ice beverage buckets, which we use as the gift basket. We put, calendar, a t-shirt, a water bottle, the coupon book or a gift card is always in there because you can't just give away your branded stuff and expect people to want to put money in for a raffle for it. So, we just do a lot of that stuff. In a gift card. Sure, somebody might want a water bottle, but nobody wants. Money when these raffle tickets to win this Gannon beer. Like, nobody's like that, I know, but.
Yeah.
I'll make sure it's something now. It's not. Too much business cards. Okay, now I'm good stuff.
All right, so, okay, so we're all.
Nope, go ahead.
No, please.
I have some, behind me for like since then.
Yeah.
Okay, I can just roll into the next event, but yeah, I just wanted to make sure that.
I didn't expect you to go back. All right, so everybody's okay with spending reasonable amounts.
It's very good.
Yeah, so, okay.
And it promotes.
Yeah. Perfect, I love that. All right, so maybe what I'll do is I'll go back around to these different businesses and I'll go ahead and maybe get like 3 baskets. We do a trial run, it's small, I'm not gonna spend an exuberant amount of money. Bring back the receipts next meeting, hand them over to Rochelle. We'll cover through, that'll all be nice and tidy. What is the budget? That was gonna be my next question. So obviously, I'm probably spending less. All right, so it's gotta be less than $50. So for all 3? No, for each one.
Oh, there you go. I was gonna say, you couldn't do it.
Yeah, I was thinking, I don't know, anywhere between $25 and $35 per. What do you guys?
I'm confused by how you're breaking it up.
Oh,
So
I'm
there's
sorry.
3,
So I'm gonna get
like
3
3 baskets and you're putting an array of stuff from businesses in there, or?
So that's a really good question. So I could do it that way. Options. So let's use this current volleyball tournament as an example. I'm gonna go ahead and purchase 3 different gift baskets, and I could purchase them in a variety of ways, in that I could go ahead and do a combined basket where it's got stuff from multiple businesses put into one thing, and then perhaps we would be able to sell that for a larger amount of money. Or I could spend a bit more money at 3 individual businesses and have each of those gift baskets be for, what's up, Dave? I have small children, and I'm dyslexic, and I'm dyslexic. I just have so many problems. And so, I could do it one of those 3 ways. You know, do you understand? What would you guys like to do?
Yeah, I'm good with either of those. Guess just if we do the all in on 3 different businesses, just keep track of who they are and rotate them. That's the
Yes.
only concern, just make
All
sure
right.
everybody gets a taste eventually.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to 3 separate businesses. Each basket is one. I'm gonna go ahead and keep it under $35 per basket. The goal will be to go ahead and then sell said basket for more than we paid for it.
Sounds good to me.
All right, I love that, guys. Now, my second point of order is that my sister is finishing up experimental cancer treatment surgery in end of the month. And so I will not be here on the 26th. And so what I can do is I can go ahead and have all of this ready and go ahead and have it completely ready so that whenever you guys know where your tournament will be, I'm sure you'll be able to see where you'll be able to set up a table and you can go ahead and set them out, or you can have the prices that you can go ahead and put on them.
Are we pricing them or are we raffle?
Well, I meant like starting price.
Gotcha, okay.
I'll have that starting price there so that.
So are you talking pricing like a Chinese?
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, or why not just sell the raffle tickets? And maybe you don't have to cover them, if not more. I think if you have a starting thing, that intimidates some people.
Oh, okay.
If it's not everything in there that they're going to use. Like walk like that, you know? But if, like I went to the Demons the other day and there was these kids from the soccer team and they were right there with 5 baskets. They came up, were waiting in line, right? Would you like to buy $10 worth of tickets? Well, if you don't want to spend 10, how about 5? And then you put your number, they gave you a number, you wrote your name and phone number next to a number, you wrote your number on the ticket, boom, they got you before you got.
I'm thinking of it, that it's obviously, you put yourself at the risk of not reaching the number you need, but sometimes you put a price of, oh, this basket costs this much out, this much to be spent on it. How do you pitch? Spend more than that.
That's right.
Like if you can just go to the store and buy this yourself, if it's less, how do you put a higher price to earn us money on the?
If you got it or not, you know.
Do it that way, anyone who buys it.
Oh, I like the 50-50.
So the question is, even before we get that far, that's a great point. I do remember discussing that, is who's gonna be running that. My biggest thing is, and I do apologize, I know that I said I would take care of the gift baskets, and I will make sure you have them. Like, I will not be there to oversee the end result of this.
Right.
And so is there someone that would be willing to go ahead and be there during that time to oversee the purchase of the gift basket? Let's start there and then we'll go from there. Would anybody be able to?
I can do the afternoon.
I can do a morning.
So we've got a morning.
What time is, are you talking?
What time do I hold it?
Play starts at 9, doors, I'm saying, open at 8:30. I hope that's okay.
I was say at this point in time, JB, don't think it's too
Yeah,
Right.
all right. And we'll-
There we call it, you're there to get. Or.
Probably the best.
Somebody shows up.
And it's easy just to call it on the Wednesday.
And so we are, and just to clarify, because I'm a little bit slow on the uptake, so I apologize if we're repeating these things, but I'm just like, sure. We are raffling the baskets, we're not buying the basket. Okay. perfect.
Raffling the baskets and then also doing the.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying, do you get a bunch of tickets all day long, and then the first one pulled is the 50-50 winner, second one pulled is the basket, third one pulled is the basket.
Oh, no, I think you go.
I wouldn't want, like, there might be a basket, if you don't want two of the baskets, you might not put in.
Buy the
I
tickets.
really want to get.
You gotta either buy 50-50 tickets or buy basket tickets, and you can put in whatever bucket raffle you want, is how I would.
Oh,
think.
I see. Okay, so how it could potentially be laid up is if it's on a table, we have basket 1, 2, 3, 50-50 can, and then they're like, okay, I'm gonna buy me a mess of tickets. And then they break off and they put them in there, and then at the end of the show.
We grab the
You
bag.
just hand them the tickets and say, name the one,
Yeah.
whatever you want.
The 50-50 is separated though.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
50-50 goes separate, and like money and the everything, because that money gets split, half stays with us, half goes to
That's
us.
right, okay, so we would
So-
have a roll of tickets just for the 3 baskets.
So we'd have like red
Separate.
tickets for these baskets, blue tickets for.
Got it. Okay, I'm
I
tracking.
have a question here. So obviously, I'm gonna be the first one there. Will there be a table? Will everything be there? Will I pick up stuff? Am I carrying this all in and selling it by myself?
What did JB say? Oh, well, hopefully we'll have it all set up.
Tuesday, there'll be people,
There will
like,
be
it won't
people
be
that
just
Okay.
you showing up by yourself.
Yeah.
There'll be people there.
Forward, but if I'm doing all of that myself.
Even if we're gonna put a couple of these high school kids to work.
So, you're like, no, yeah, but I'm just like, okay, help yourself.
That be, at least one of my children will be volunteering.
Okay. So I'll be there at 8:30 and
I love that
we'll see
phrase.
what happens and I'll dress the part.
I would say, my kids are good at doing the 50 thing and they've done it.
Okay.
They don't do it for years.
Okay.
Perfect.
Right, it's not okay.
Jeff's daughter is going to help my daughter do the.
All right.
Perfect.
Do we?
I'll tell you right now that the price that we're charging for the play is extremely low.
Okay.
So I wanted to keep it low for the first time here, and then
Nice.
we'll bump it up as we go on. But
Right.
that's where they should have money. to-
They might have some extra money laying in their pocket, and what they're used to playing for a tournament, is what you're saying. Probably. Sure.
Rochelle, when can you get there?
I can get there at 1 o'clock. That's about it.
So 11:30 to
It might be earlier than that, that would be the latest I can.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on the afternoon.
We have to shut it down for lunch.
I can't.
So, work at the worst case, thing. So we can put it on the scores table, we can just shut it down for lunch or something, if we can't find somebody to.
Right.
Well, and Sarah also said.
Yeah.
Probably, my guess would be probably.
I mean, she runs the shop.
I mean, it's up to you guys.
Yeah. I think so.
Right.
Or like Kyle said, we can just put up a note that says, you know,
Yeah,
we
be back
for lunch.
Yes.
You know, yes.
What about the change to, have some ones or?
Yeah, I usually do like, I learn. I use it. Five and ones, but if we need more, I'll just honestly, I'll actually, if you guys don't mind, I'll just figure out a little extra and I'll just have that with me.
That sounds like a great idea.
But then again, you'll be there at 1.
So that
Oh,
way, if we need
we
to break
need-
anything out, or, and, like, for some reason, if you guys need to change all this all the time, and let Sarah scan and we're open till noon.
I was gonna-
Feel free to literally stop down with them, and I'll let you guys.
Now for the tickets, do we have a rule of tickets red and blue, or should I order?
What do we still have? Democratic thing.
Yeah, okay, so I will just purchase some red and blue tickets to cover bases.
We'll go through all that.
Yes.
Yeah.
They never. All right, does anybody have any questions for me concerning the baskets and the general? The baskets.
You can leave that off the table. What about you want the trophies left with me? I just want some help taking this stuff in, people. Yeah, because I'm gonna have to walk
I just
around.
wanna make sure
Yeah.
something's there.
Me too, yeah.
So, well, you're probably on one. 607, 270.
May I get you the trophies beforehand?
You may.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Okay, are we good? No
Yeah, thanks, guys. I know that ate up a lot of time, but.
problem,
I'm
that's
sure-
why I
I'm
skipped
sure-
Amanda and I skipped the Facebook thing, and I had a feeling I had some stuff to work out here. Okay. Next, no, you know you're fine. I honestly, I worked all day. I have to, what do you do?
I believe it was like,
I remember
yeah, Lisa got it. I think it was
Is
like,
it, do we have the receipt? I could, if we, or at least, like who the business, like what, if you could like, link, give me an idea of what it was, like it should be easy
I
enough to
think
just
it was,
make a new one, get a new one made. That means we need to.
paperweight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, if you can give me like the business name, I don't know, like where you ordered it from, we can, I'm sure that's quick enough to be ordered. Shouldn't take long, but
I prefer.
March 30th is. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, I'll make it. And I have a chamber meeting on Thursday. I'll use the card or not. I'll talk to him about getting the.
Two, and then does anyone want to go and be there? I think
Right.
the officers were paid for last year because,
We did.
yeah, because
Okay.
I paid,
So officers.
I got there and Eleanor said my ticket wasn't paid for. And I said, no, they are. And my husband's mine. And she's like, no, they're not paid for. So I had to pay her and then she had to pay me back later.
Okay.
And that's why I need to get on me.
I'll get that around. I'll be all set between the next couple days just to make sure everybody can go. That's always on.
Yeah, it is.
That's my open mic night. I'm not the 4 years finished. Member of the board of directors and EVA. I've never been so thankful. All right, so. TV membership, hiring mode, any updates?
No.
Okay. Communications, wanted to just talk to her this week about getting her involved because her help me manage some of the, social stuff. We're
Gonna be
gonna
great,
combine
guys.
it with the lessons in the SEO project. The first, I think the first meeting here, I think the last time we talked about it, your very first meeting. Remember you said SEO, Monday. right as soon as I heard it, huh?
Yeah,
Uh,
your heart be a little bit fast.
I'm-
I get
for
you.
sure.
She has that effect on people.
That's good. Turns out the Athens didn't work out after all. Right after I had completely punted and gave up, came to the last meeting, said Brady's disappeared. I don't know what happened. In 3 days, he got back to me, so I don't know if one of you relayed it back to him that I was complaining about him or something, but he was on it. Like, as soon as I complained about him out loud, he was bang, he was back. And I was gonna say, you guys mentioned that last time. That made a lot more sense. Right.
Good job.
And actually, I think what really kind of fired it back up is revitalization project is doing the same thing, trying to get the exact same setup as we are trying to get with Athens. And we potentially are going to get not one, but 3 interns there. Potentially daily in the afternoon.
Wow.
Yeah. Again, we've got to do a lot of the ironing out with the school, but he was all on board and he seemed fired up about it again when I talked to him. And we had talked about having one of them kind of focus on ABA and ABA activities and the idea of rotating a couple of these around for our platinum members. So I'm trying like heck to think of ways to get incentives in there to help out free labor for half a day, several times a week. How's that for you? That I think might actually help us in that incentive program take off a little bit. So hopefully that all works out, but that is still that will go. But the moment we get back into it, I will guys want all right. Is that community?
Not that
Okay. Fundraising.
also.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say we've got talking a bunch about fundraising. Concerts at the band. Fundraising. You guys got enough. Anyway. And then just gold and platinum member benefits. You know, when you put in the gold, the typed up interview thing. Slowly but surely getting the website closer. And hopefully things off of my back to focus. And then those will get posted. I also need your date when you want to go for your item visits. I will come in, I will have my, I'll bring a video camera, extra blanks out of it, we can put it on our socials and put it out on the website once it's all that stuff, so let me know about that. But that is it there for reminders, membership dues, is the points deadline. Deadline. Reputation is not in by today. You the next round you lose like 2 points. Right. Sounds good. And then anything else we see? Does anybody else? I know you've been talking back and forth.
Ask.
Mhm.
So forth, let's go back to that ABA table with the baskets. Is there any signage, identification? I'm gonna stand there with baskets, 50-50. Nobody's gonna know what it's. They're gonna think it's either the volleyball tournament teams or whatever. Is there signage? Is there anything that states what ABA, that this is ABA?
Yeah, man.
I think we need something. I think we need something. That's all I'm gonna say. You guys know what you want to portray. There you go.
Well, I talked to people, I specifically mentioned the Battle of the Bands and other events by the ABA.
Right,
You have this flyer already for the Battle of the Bands, or the summer concert. So so you can easily take that on the
Which you can
table.
do that, but I'd
But-
like something that denotes that we are the ADA here.
Megan, would you mind making some, because you do a lot of creative. Awesome. Okay.
And I'm going to generally,
So there's
don't
no,
worry about getting stuff.
so there's no covering, there's no sign.
Well, that's kind of, actually,
Yeah,
I
my
could do
professional.
something on the front.
so say like, if I got us then we have like, all right, we do a lot of things.
Maybe.
White
To be
and then,
professional.
With white,
white and
do
then,
that.
okay, because giving a dinner tablecloth, we make it. Dinner table, you can count on
Yeah.
Just some of we use it every event.
My class is a 15 by 15, so I mean, I can do it in sections, but it can't
Okay.
be bigger.
I understand that, I think that'd be fine. Anybody have a comment back to
I think it's important that we prepare ourselves.
Yeah.
That's, I
And
mean,
it kind of sets the table apart.
Yeah.
That's solid. That's solid.
I
Thank you,
okay,
Sarah.
sorry.
Thank you, Becky.
I'm sorry?
No, I said thank you. No, I think that'd be good.
I'm sorry.
So the library is putting on an entrepreneurs competition. A couple businesses around town have already sponsored for it. But I'm just making you guys aware. So it's for young entrepreneurs, 5 to 18. They bring a business. It's along the same model as Shark Tank. I don't know if you guys have seen the TV show. So we're calling it Fun Pond. And they come and they give a 15-minute presentation on their business model or idea, or if they're already running a business, they can come and present that. And then there's a cash prize for first, second, and third place. We're also asking the entrants to bring enough materials to set up their own booth. So while all of the entrants are going through and giving their presentation, their booths are still being monitored by people working at food trucks. Tina Pickett is a judge. So it's going to be a good day. Yes, it's June 18th. Absolutely, you want to.
And may I also state she has all three culture shows involved in Athens staff and which is.
Yes, so Athens here, Waverly, there is an ad going on called the movie theaters too. Yes, so that should be starting today, hopefully. We're still having trouble securing some of our judges. So if anybody, I know Dave is a judge. If anybody is interested in joining him as a judge, just let me know.
Yeah, do it.
But if anybody's interested,
I would say potentially, but I just.
yeah, no worries at all. Call the library, and if you don't have my phone or my email, just go ahead and give me a call. Applications can be accessed at the library. Either send me an email, give the library a call, and we can email out those applications, and then just mail them back or email them back. So yeah,
It's a pretty fun day.
Yeah.
Awesome.
yes. So if anybody needs more than one poster for windows or sharing or I also, yeah. I also have electronic copies too, if that works better for you guys.
Cool.
We're excited.
I'm so
Right, so like go off figure out the next talk to Harry, want to see if we can get to. Yeah,
Sure,
because
now
I
she's
wanna-
feeling
yeah,
better.
Yeah, if, like, I don't know if she's ready or whatever, I
Okay.
just wanna make sure, you know, leave her right away, okay?
But they can't coincide with the manager's meeting that they have.
Okay.
Because of course, that's on.
Of course, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so we can't, I know we can't do the fifth, but I mean, I know that.
Eventually,
Eventually
everyone
it'll
knows.
hit.
Okay,
So,
okay,
we
yeah,
can definitely do that.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, does anybody else have any suggestions? Comments, or concerns? Then, just be adjourned. Sorry, ran long.
If we need to turn,
Yeah.
It was,
if we had time.
right, it was, I'm gonna tell you that now after we get through next event, we will just finish the volleyball event. And potentially may not have the June event to plan for. So April meeting will be much easier to work.
Okay.
In terms of conversation. So.
Potentially, what was the date?
With that thing.
Tanners, depending.
And everybody does.
They know, we didn't have one. So Tanners dependent. We had to depend on, we had to rely on whatever Tanners wanted to do.